What up folks, Graphics Rogue here, back with another Rome 2 replay. So we are after patch 15, pretty much after the Emperor edition, and the online landscape has changed a lot. I'm playing as Rome, my opponent is playing as a newly purple Macedon. Lots of purple guys in the new Macedonian army. But my enemy has brought himself some big old ballista, and he is laying some shots on me hard. So I'm going to need to push up my army pretty quickly. I need to get up on it in his face quick as I can to avoid getting hit too hard by these ballista. And when they do hit, it'll be devastating. Boom. Got my gladiator spearman pretty bad there. What? 7 kills in that one hit. Yeah, I brought a few gladiator spearmen. I brought some auxiliary infantry to help defend the flanks. Brought a few cavalry for some nice cavalry charges. Auxiliaries, legionaries, auxiliaries, and praetorian cavalry. I thought that would be a nice little cream on the top of the cake. But yeah, people like to say Rome is like hugely nerfed in this. I don't think that's the case at all. I've been playing with some stuff with them, and I've been hearing some stuff. I don't think they're really that nerfed. A legionary cohort will still beat down a hoplite or a thorax swordsman or a pikeman. A thorax swordsman 38. That guy's a 47. Yeah, they'll beat him down. It'll just take a while. Well, that's the way the whole new patch system works. The new multiplayer system works now. It all just take a while. So I'm moving ahead my forces here, getting my auxiliary Syrian archers pretty close, and my velites. And I want to lay down some good fire on these guys. I don't know why I came so close with these auxiliary spearmen, Syrians, but it worked. Who am I aiming at? I'm aiming at someone, trying to kill someone, but I'm not killing them fast enough because they are starting to melt some of my Syrians. We are swinging around them hard with our cavalry over here. I want to get his head off the game. I want him to keep thinking about his rear while he thinks about his front. But as we're still so close, he's still laying down some hard ballista fire on my missile units. We must be in that range where he's still able to shoot. I think if I moved him up like around here, he wouldn't have been able to shoot. But we take our cavalry, boom, Praetorian smash right into the backs of these thorax right here. That is nice. We had a completely open shot to go in there. But he's trying to position his guys to try to hit my avocatis with his pikes. I don't want that. I'm going to try to position them out of there in a better position eventually. We start getting caught up in a cavalry fight on the far left over here. He's got his companion cav and his sarissa cav. But I pin those two down, and I swing this cavalry around to start slamming into his missile units. Because I know these cavalry, whether they win or not, they'll hold these guys down long enough. And now my cavalry are just having a field day with his missiles. And we are swinging all our spears around over here. We are not getting engaged with his pikemen. We must have murdered his pikes over here with our missile units. We are not. I'm trying my best not to get engaged with his pikemen. He's hit me pretty hard with this one though. But we are just. Oh yes, fire at will. That's a big thing. The units now have fire at will, and that's probably why this unit disappeared. Because my cohorts were firing at will, firing all their javelins at these guys, and just wrecking them to hell. And look at this, my cavalry is just slamming all his missile units, slaughtering them all, while his cavalry units over here are still bogged down, and now we got him in the back with our gladiator spearmen. This is not a fight these guys want to be in. The first thing, they're being bogged down by my cav. Now they're being hit right in the back by my gladiator spearmen. And we got, what is that? Killing spree on, and that is not going to be good for them. We slammed into their shield bearers with our legionary cohorts. Well, I think in the end the cohorts will win, but it'll take a long time because she's shield bearer as well. 115 armor, that's some shit right there. He's moving these royal peltas. Now, both these units on this cohort, that cohort will not win that battle. But over here, we smashed through some of his infantry. We smashed through his thorax guards, and now his my Praetorians are coming around, and we're just gonna want to make a nice smidak right on the backs of his shield bearers. Boom! Oh, that is delicious. I love a good old-fashioned charge. Oh, here they come. That's not gonna be a great charge because I'm charging right into the backs of my own units. I should have thought about that a little more. He's still trying to get me with his pikes here, but I swing some infantry around. and I'm planning on taking these infantry right here, yeah. I'm just going to smack right into the backs of these thorax pikemen, and they are not going to last. Oh, with these cavalry as well. Oh, that's my legatus. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That was dangerous. But I pulled them out. Yeah, I knew it was dangerous. I pulled them out this way so I wouldn't get hit by his pikes. If I tried to pull them out that way, I might have got some killed by his pikes a little bit. But yeah, I finally got into his Greek ballista a little bit at some points. I think I killed him a lot with my missile units. But at the most part, his ballista are pretty much useless now because we're so close. Even if I hadn't killed any of his ballista crewmates. And they're starting to rout some of our cavalry. We've been bogged down in that fight for too long. I should have pulled them out after a while. Especially now since we got surrounded by these other royal peltists. So things are not looking good over here. We are starting to rout these thorax pikemen. They are just getting hammered down hard by legionary cohorts. They just don't have enough men to keep up a powerful phalanx. Oh, they've slaughtered a bunch of my units over there. Now they're just pushing into my line over here. And they've got 3 units over here pushing into these gladiator spearmen and these legionary cohorts. And I think they're starting to push through. Yeah, they're pushing right through. And they want to try to surround these units and maybe send this unit over here to smash my auxiliary infantry. The auxiliary infantry are not going to last long against these shield bearers, I don't think. Auxiliary infantry are not that great. These archers must be out of ammo. That must be why I'm pushing him in. Now, at this point, I decide to put my archers on fire arrows to try to maybe scare these, because I noticed they're wavering a little bit, and I want to scare them away. Maybe I just want to finally mass rout these guys, get them out of game once and for all. But it looks like I hit some of this ballista a lot with those fire arrows, and I burned that thing down. But in the process, I think I made some of my own guys waver en route. These guys are wavering pretty bad. I think I noticed that, and I must have turned the fire arrows off. Or stop firing, because if I keep laying down fire arrows, I'm just going to rout all of my guys that are wavering over here. So we are trying to... It's a slugfest. We're slogging it out right here. We're trying to get on them best we can, but we're finally starting to rout this general unit. These shield bearers, they're just surrounded by too many units. But my auxiliaries got routed. They could not take it. They could not take being slammed right in the back by those shield bearers. We are losing another gladiator spearman. We're losing the Praetorian Cav. Overall, we still have the numbers game, but we are losing a lot of men on the morale hit. We still have our general. Yeah, I'm still giving general effects. Yeah, I do the rally thing, so try to help out the morale problems, but we finally rout the guys over here. Now we're going to slam all these swordsmen right into the backs of these units over here. See if we can get a look at that. Oh, yeah. They are now. Oh, where that guy going? So, men going forward, men going back. Oh man, we are hitting right into the backs of them pretty hard. We are routing that guy. All that's left is the royal peltists. Now these guys are fucking tough. They are not going to go down without a fight. They're exhausted. Most of the men are exhausted. Well, my men aren't really that exhausted. His men are very exhausted. They are heavy melee units, I guess, that would be exhausted. Well, mine are too. I don't know. In any case, his men are very exhausted, and we're just completely surrounded. It looks like some of these companion cav came back from routing, and he actually has some of these archers over here still there, laying down some shots on us, but they're not going to do anything. They're just, that cavalry got routed, and now with the mass routes, the mass losses of life on the Macedonian side, these guys, they're wavering. The royal peltists cannot take it anymore. Oh, it is a slaughter fest. The Romans have finally pushed through. We hit through pretty hard. A lot of the engagements before the Emperor Edition, those engagements like on the side corners over there, they would have lasted a lot shorter. They would not have lasted so long. You patch 15 or Emperor Edition, whatever you want to call it, it really changes the way it works. I was able to pin down his cavalry with 2 of my cavalry, and I'm not sure if they even would have beaten those cavalry, but it didn't matter because I just pinned them down for long enough where I could pull one of those cavalry out and just sweep all along his back lines and just sweep through all those missile units he had, and I slaughtered so many of them. And that's the beauty with the Emperor Edition. It gives you the time to do different tactics on the battlefield. It gives you the time to maybe hold one unit up, and then you could pull another unit out of a fight and maybe swing around to protect another flank, or swing around to slam the back of a unit line, get some rear charges in. Even if these cavalry units wouldn't have beaten those cavalry units in the straight up fight they were in, it gave me enough time to take out his archers and to come in with some gladiator spearmen to slam in the backs of their cavalry and just slaughter them ultimately and absolutely. And coming up against the pikes, oh man, the pikes, they're great at holding. I suppose they're better than ever, but they're also weaker than ever against sword units. Because my sword units could just walk up right up to those pikes and not attack them. He should have been pushing at me with his pikes. And he was with one of them, but for the main line, he wasn't. So I just walked my swords right up to his pikes and just laid down some missile fire. And I just slaughtered a crap load of his pikes before we even got into melee. And that is a huge weakness for pikes now. I'm not sure it's the best idea to even bring pikes anymore, unless you're very much paying attention to what they're doing and always pushing. You always have to keep pushing with the pikes. You can't just let them stay. You can't let them stay still, or they're going to get slaughtered by the new fire at will mechanic. Finally, they have fucking fire at will. I don't know what idiotic genius in CA thought it was a good idea to take out fire at will, but they put it back in, and now it's how it should be. Man, Emperor Edition is so much better. Emperor Edition is the game we should have had. I'm still disappointed on a few things, but for the most part, I'm happy. If this game had came out last year, I would not have been so mad. I would have been happy. This Emperor Edition, with everything in it, is a fine game. And I really like the multiplayer aspect of patch 15. I like the ability that you can hold the line more, and you can use your pull units out and put them in different places and reinforce certain parts of the battlefield. It is really nice. It is really great. Who's the MVP of this battle? I would say that would be... these auxiliary cavalry. Oddly enough, my Praetorian cav only got 37... These auxiliary cavalry must have been the ones that swept through the missile units. That must be what they did. It's strange my Praetorian cavalry got so few kills. I don't know what they were doing. But I should have been doing more charges with these guys. Pulling out and charging in, pulling out and charging in. That's what he's should have been doing. Anyway, that was a fine battle with a fine opponent. I'm your graphics rogue, and I will see you next time with more Emperor Edition Rome 2 Battlefields. Rome 2 online on the battlefield. Peace.